Hello, my beautiful ones. Welcome back to Live Tarot. This is Dr. V, and today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading that's going to go in deep on his messages of love for you. So that special person that you are watching this video for, how are they thinking and feeling about you? And what messages do they have for you from their deepest heart and from their highest self? So if you are new to this channel, I want to give you a big virtual hug and let you know that I'm so happy that you're here. And if you'd like to know more and go deeper on what is going on in the energy between you and that person that you love, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button and join us and turn off notifications so you don't miss any of my readings. So today, let's start going through what your card choices are here. I'm going to read each one for you, and then I'll give you a few moments of silence so that you can take a deep breath, you can meditate maybe, and see which one of these you feel most guided to for your own personal reading. Now, always be gentle with yourself. Know that this is a general reading, so do take the messages as they resonate for you and leave the rest. Now, you can choose one, you can choose two, or you can choose all three and choose the messages that are right for you. So there's no right or wrong answer here. So let's see. Our first choice for you is Green Tara, Supreme Protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. So see if you feel attracted to Green Tara as your spirit guide today. Your option number 2 is Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So that is your option number 2 for your spirit guide today. And your option number 3 for your spirit guide is Paul the Venetian, Experiencing Grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So these are your 3 pick a card options. Let me give you a few moments so that you can go in deep and see which ones or ones that you feel the most guided to. Okay, so we are going to get started with pile number 1. Okay, beautiful ones who chose Green Tara as your spirit guide today, let's take a look at what your love's messages are. What are their messages of love from their deepest heart, from their higher self? Maybe things that they are not able to convey to you at this time for whatever reason. You may be in some sort of struggle or separation. See, you may be having to have stepped back from each other at this time for some reason. I know we're all on very different journeys. So let's take a look here. Take a moment and take a look at your cards. Okay, so we have here, we're going to start here with your tarot, and what we have here is the 6 of Cups. And this is really beautiful, especially because it comes with this separation card. And so your love is really missing you at this time. For many of you, you are in some form of separation. You've been taking some time apart from your connection, from the deep connection that you feel, but you know that something may have gotten in the way. There were obstacles that came up in the way, but I feel that they are very deeply missing you at this time. They are not okay with this separation. Like if you feel that somehow you think that they're okay with being apart from you at this time. They want you to know that they are not okay being apart from you. They truly do miss you. However, it's this time that has been difficult being apart from each other. They have really used this chance to realize and understand how much they actually appreciate you. This is really important because I am feeling that there was definitely some sort of lack of gratitude in the past between the two of you. I feel that you may have been extremely warm, extremely giving and nurturing to this love, but they somehow didn't take it well enough, as in they did not appreciate all the things that you were, all the things that you did for them, and they took you for granted in many ways, and they just didn't see that. And they didn't see that until you guys spent some time apart here. They didn't see that what you had been doing throughout this connection, throughout this relationship, was that you were really building something solid. Look at this beautiful building blocks card. There was definitely, from your perspective, you were really feeling that you have a solid connection, a solid relationship here, something that you know is a strong foundation, something that you were both building in a very powerful way together, and it was feeling really, really good. They want you to know that during this time that you guys were getting to know each other, that you were connecting, that you were having these conversations. And I feel like conversation is a very important thing here for your love, because I feel that one of the reasons why they fell so deeply in love with you is because of the conversations that you had. They felt that they could open up to you in a way that they hadn't opened up to anybody before. I feel that your love, they have definitely had other relationships, but I feel that many of those relationships were not satisfying to them at all. They really didn't do anything for them. They really didn't feel that they gave their full heart to those relationships. They always felt that something was lacking in those relationships. And I also feel with this Temperance card that they were used to having relationships that were unstable in the past. It's almost like this is something that they've gotten used to. It's like they know that they have attracted the wrong people in their life in the past. And those people brought a lot of instability into their life. Those people brought a lot of drama into their life, and they didn't like it. They didn't like that drama. They were always looking for balance. They knew that they really needed it. They knew that that was something that was really important to them, because this Temperance card is important, right? Major Arcana card. And what happened is that every time that they felt imbalanced, they really suffered because of their self-esteem. You know, their self-worth almost made them think that it's okay that they keep attracting these kind of people who are putting them out of balance. I feel that your love has really been struggling almost their entire life with issues of self-worth and self-esteem. They have definitely had a hard time having confidence in themselves. I feel that a lot of their experiences really put them in that position to question themselves, to question their self-worth. I also feel that they may give the impression outward that they're like big time, like, you know, like they're really confident, they're really strong. They may even be very assertive in the way that they talk. They may even like throw their weight around a bit here and there just to like show how strong they are. But deep down inside, it's a cover. It's a cover for the lack of self-esteem that they feel. And they have really been asking themselves why this is. So I'm feeling that in this time that you guys have been apart, this has been a very deeply painful time for your love, but it's also been a deeply healing time for them because it's given them the opportunity to go in deep. It's given them the opportunity to ask themselves some of these deeper questions as to why they felt so out of balance, right? Why their relationships always put them in a negative place. Why did ultimately every relationship they had failed in the past? And why did their self-worth take such a hit every time? So this has been very painful for them, but also, like I said, it's been very healing for them because in this time apart, in this separation, they got to really understand and appreciate the fact that you did not bring this kind of instability. You didn't bring instability, although the connection was definitely intense. And that may be the reason why they or you stepped away or you've been spending some time apart, because look at this message for them. Our love was too intense for me to handle. I needed to break away. So this is the thing. It's like you offered a lot of stability. You offered them things that they weren't used to. Okay, so that was the thing here. They were used to drama. They were used to people being difficult. They were used to always having to make the other person happy, almost to the absolute detriment of themselves. As in, they always felt that they pay the price every time in their own happiness. As in, they never could put their own feelings or opinions first, because they felt that in the past, in the relationships that they had, they always had to keep the peace with other people. They always had to be the one to compromise. They always had to be the one to give in to the drama, because those are the kinds of people that they attracted. And what's so interesting about this now is that they know deep down in their heart, they've experienced with you that things are so different. They're so different than what they have been used to. They're so different with you than what they have become accustomed to. And what happened is that they want you to know that it was a bit of a shock to them. It was a bit of a shock to them that you were nothing like anybody that they have met before. And that's where that intensity came in. So it's not that you brought any drama to their life, you brought intensity. So that intensity was all about deep connection. You brought truth. You brought validation. You brought, like, you tell it as it is. Like, you don't fake them out. You don't make them feel like you are deceiving them in any way. You don't make them feel like you're overly demanding and you need so much from them that they have to give up. Not at all. You brought the intensity of truth, the intensity of real love and real understanding. And that was a big shock to them. They want you to know that that is something that they were not used to. That balance that you brought into their life was not something that they were used to. So they're kind of still reveling in that. They're still trying to figure out, okay, how can I be in a connection like this? What do I need to do to make this succeed? How do I need to change so that I don't mess this up? And I feel like they are very much afraid. They want you to know that they're very much afraid that they've messed this up. Okay, they're afraid that they did not tell you how much you mean to them. They're afraid that they weren't able to communicate to you how much you mean to them. With the Six of Cups, it's like they have this deep desire to reconcile with you because they're afraid that if they don't take action soon, they may lose you, because they're afraid that they never truly told you how much they love you, how much the stability that you gave them with this building blocks, how much it means to them, how much it really brought something new to their life that they never had before. See, my heart always comes back to you even when I don't want it to. So I feel that They want you to know that initially when they saw how things were, how intense the connection was, how, physically and emotionally attracted to you that they felt, that it definitely made them do a double take. So there was some sort of resistance in them, that they were afraid to open up to this. So they may have kind of come into this connection kicking and screaming, right? They may have come into this connection saying, oh gosh, I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I want this. I don't know if this is right for me. Can I handle this? Am I up to the task? Because see, we have these self-worth issues. And when people have this issue, they ask themselves, like, how can I make this connection work? I'm not used to this. I'm not used to the quality of who you are. So I feel that you are so much better, more amazing, more understanding, more intelligent, more accepting than anyone that they've ever been with, that it almost came as a shock to them. And it made them wonder if they're worthy of you. Right? So they may have resisted this connection. They may have really tried to push it away because they thought that they weren't worthy. But now, because of this time apart, it's like they've realized that no, they don't want to live without you, that they want to become worthy. And so look at this. What I love about this is that they want you to know that they are going to do things differently at this time. Ace of Wands and action. Isn't this beautiful? Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. So this is huge. This is so beautiful. Your love wants you to know that they are ready to take action towards this connection. So if you've been stalled for some time, they are now going to come to you and show you through action, not through their words alone, how much they love you. They want to start expressing that to you. They want to win you back, and they want to behave in this connection totally differently than they ever have before. They want to be a new person with you. They want to step up to the high level of what this connection is. They know that they can't just be the person that they were before in order to make this love succeed. They want this to succeed, but they know that they cannot engage in the same behavior that they always have engaged in, right? They know that they cannot treat you and be with you the way that they were used to with the other failed relationships in their past. So they are definitely stepping up their game. They're definitely working on how to do things differently, how to act different, how to communicate with you in a way that is going to bring them closer to you and start something new, like renew this connection, renew and refresh the energy, and tell you how much they truly miss you. So this is a parting affirmation for you from Spirit. This is what Spirit wants you to affirm. Look at this. Today is a new day. I will have many wonderful new experiences. I am loved, I am safe, and so it is. So make sure that you put this in your vibration. Feel that renewal, because I feel like all of this energy here is about renewal. It's about having a fresh new start in your love, in yourself, and in your life together. So make sure that you join the Live Tarot family. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on those notifications. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this reading. And if you would like to order any of these oracle decks that I've created for you, or have a personal reading with me, the link to all of that is in the box below. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I'll see you all on the next video. Hello, my lovelies who chose Horus as your spirit guide today. Here is your reading. So we're going to be looking at what are your love's messages for you. Wow, beautiful. What are their messages for you from their higher self, from their deepest heart? What would they like to share with you that they may not be able to tell you at this time? Okay, so let's take a look here. Wow. All right. So let's start here with your tarot. So we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Lovers. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So first thing I am feeling here is that your love, they really feel like they have let you down in some way. Okay, this is the energy of somebody who is extremely regretful of not being there for you. So I'm feeling like they feel that something's happened in this journey that you guys are on together, that it really tested the connection. Okay, it really tested your relationship. Something happened that put your connection in some sort of jeopardy or some sort of difficult situation. And I feel like for many of you, you didn't see this coming. Some of you didn't see this coming. Some of you had some sort of a hint that something was going wrong somewhere. And I'm also feeling for some of you that this was not under your control. So whatever happened here was some sort of a circumstance that was not in your control. It may have been some sort of circumstance that came up in your love's life. That either you knew was kind of there, like you almost felt like there was some sort of this energy, some sort of a negative energy there, but you weren't expecting it to be so big. And for some of you, I feel like you didn't see it coming at all. So you were really surprised about this. I'm also feeling that for some of you, this was a circumstance that also may have happened in your life, not just in your love's life. So there's a definite feeling here. The first message coming through from your love is that they feel like they let you down. And they want you to know how terrible they feel about that. They feel that they were not there for you when you really needed them the most. And they are truly kicking themselves for that. Okay, they know that they hurt you so deeply that it almost felt like a betrayal. It almost felt like this sword going into your heart. When you saw that your love didn't support you, they didn't take your side, you felt like this, it was like that sword in the heart. You took it very, very badly. And that may have been a reason for some of you to have actually stepped away. You may have even have dumped this person, at least for now. Like, I think you were so hurt, you were so betrayed that even though you still love them, you may have dumped them or temporarily just said, look, I can't deal with you anymore, because they literally were not there for you when you truly needed them. They didn't take your side. And I feel like you always felt that they had your back. And so something went wrong where they just didn't have your back. So the first thing they want you to know is that they really regret that. And I feel that for some of you, there was some sort of issue that came up where you had that conversation and it turned into some form of a disagreement or an argument where words may have been spoken. So I feel like you may have hurt each other with your words in some way. And it's almost like they want you to know that they didn't mean the things that they said. I feel like they may have said things to you that were very hurtful. That again made you feel like you were being betrayed. And so they are really sorry for that. I'm sorry for judging you and hurting your feelings. Okay, so there may have been some sort of judgment that happened. You may have felt very judged by them. You may have felt criticized by your love. And I feel like it really did come as a shock to you. You didn't see that coming. So they are really, really feeling bad about that. And they're starting to feel like it's been too long. Like they're starting to feel very impatient, as in they want to come back into your life. And it's almost like they haven't heard from you. Okay, either they haven't heard from you, or you haven't heard from them, or vice versa. But they still feel deeply connected to you. They want you to know that they feel extremely deeply connected. I still feel connected to you, but I've waited too long to reach out. Is it too late for us? So for some of you, they have definitely taken too long, and now they are kicking themselves for not reaching out to you sooner. I almost feel like they're very ashamed. So the reason why they've been dilly-dallying, even though they really want to reach out to you, is that they are really ashamed of their behavior. Okay, they're ashamed that they weren't there for you. They're ashamed of the things that they said, the things that they did. And it's almost like they're like, how could I have ever even been that way? Like, who was I? They almost didn't recognize themselves. They feel so bad. So they know that you guys are on a sacred journey. Okay, so they know that you've had ups and downs. They want you to know, yes, I know we've had our ups and downs, but I still love you. Wow, this is such a beautiful card to get, right? The Lover's card. So what they want you to know is that they understand that what you have gone through in this connection is definitely a sacred journey, and they feel that they have let you down on this sacred journey, that they didn't appreciate, that they didn't step up when they were asked to step up, when the time came. It's almost like they always made you feel that they would have your back and they would step up. But when the opportunity came, when something went wrong, they showed you that they couldn't step up. And that's their greatest regret. Okay, so they deeply love you. They deeply want to be with you, but they know that they have really screwed this up big time. They know that they would have to truly prove to you that they would never do this again, that they're going to have to rebuild the trust. They're going to have to earn your trust again, because you are truly questioning so much. You're almost even questioning whether you would even want to be with them if they were to come back to you. And the thing is, though, is that you may feel that this may be over, but it's not over for them. Okay, so they have not given up hope. It's not over for them. They feel that you are absolutely worth waiting for, and they're hoping that you feel that they are worth waiting for, that they can somehow prove themselves to you. So this is a really interesting energy coming through, because what I'm feeling here also is a lot of energy of new beginnings. Okay, one of the things that they are really wanting is this Ace of Swords, but I feel like this Ace of Swords is more about them than it is about you. So it's like they're trying to tell you that, look, I feel that I was so wrong in the way that I was thinking and behaving before. It's almost like, you know, I got in my own way. My head just got the better of me. I don't know what I was thinking. How could I have thought those things? How could I have said those things? You know, I need to step it up. I need to change the way I think, because I feel that I can be a bit self-destructive in my thinking. And so they have realized that their own worst enemy is often the way that they think. And they know that you've also seen this in them, that they kind of struggle with the way they process things. They do tend to be very opinionated. Your love tends to be somebody who sometimes is reactive, like they react to situations very quickly, and sometimes they judge situations too quickly. They judge things and they form an opinion. Sometimes it's a negative opinion before they know all the facts. And so they tend to be a bit too fast in their judgment. They tend to be too riled up too quickly. This is somebody who really needs to start tempering the way that they think. Like, it's like their mind is their own worst enemy. They fly off the handle very quickly. And so they're learning this, and they're learning that they really do need to change the way that they think. And they know that if they are going to regain your trust, if they're going to really figure out how to have you love and trust them again, that it's going to require them to think differently. So there's a lot of really fast moving energy coming through here about wanting to come back into your life and wanting to come back quickly, because look at this, we're getting the outcome card. We're getting the new life card. So this tells us that your love wants a new life. They want you to know that they want a fresh start with you. They literally want to press the reset button. They're hoping that you will be able to forgive them and put the past behind you. Like, they know that you probably have some bad memories of them, or you have, like, you're playing out things in your mind that happened between the two of you. Maybe you're playing it out again and again, and every time you see their behavior, every time you go over it in your mind, you don't like it, like as in it hurts you all over again. And so they know this, and that is why they're trying to figure out how to make this better. They're trying to figure out how to press that reset button. They're even wondering, is it possible for us to have a new life together? Would it be possible to have a different outcome than what we've had before? Because I'm feeling that they are not willing to give up just yet on this connection. But they don't know if you have. Okay, so they're not sure if you have given up on this connection, but they are certainly not ready to do it. They feel that this connection is worth waiting for. Okay, so they're not ready to give up on you. And so you may be hearing from them with this Page of Pentacles. It's like they know that they have to make this practical. Okay, they know that they can't just come to you with it, like, you know, a bouquet of roses or some beautiful gift and just apologize. They know that they're going to have to prove this to you at a practical level, that they're going to have to show real change. It can't just be like nice thoughts and nice ideas and pretty words and shiny objects and, you know, nice jewelry. It's not as simple as that, right? So they are going to try to communicate with you, but they're going to try to make it very real. They're going to try to show you that this new start that they want, this new way of thinking that they're going after, is going to be real for you. As in, it's not just empty promises from them. It's not just empty and pretty words, but that they're going to make this real and practical. You're going to see the changes in them in real life, and they're not going to let you down again. Like, they've learned this lesson. They have learned that they want to be absolutely 100% supportive of you. See, be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show that you care. And see, this was the whole problem. I feel like they were not supportive of you in the way that you needed them to be, and they have truly realized that. And so that is why they want to come to you with that practical, grounded love. Like, they want to show you how much they love you, but in a real, practical, real life way. They want to show you their support. They want to be able to prove to you that they are now going to be supportive in everything when it comes to this connection. And so this is Spirit's affirmation for you, a special affirmation that Spirit wants you to remember and put in your vibration. I am willing to go beyond my own limitations. I am wonderful, and I deserve and accept all the love, all the good that life has to offer. I added in the love there because I think it's so important. So I deserve and accept all the love and all the good that life has to offer. So this is beautiful, right? You're going to go beyond any limitations that you feel, and you are, no matter what happens here, you're going to be absolutely great. So If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notifications and join the Live Tarot family. If you would like to have a personal reading with me or order any of these oracle decks that I've created, especially for all of you who are on this journey, you can get more information from all the links that are below in the box. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all on the next video. Hello, my lovelies who chose Paul the Venetian as your spirit guide. Here is your reading for what are the special messages that your love has for you. What do they want? Oh my gosh, look at that. This is incredible already. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm so happy. What messages do they have for you from their deepest heart, from their higher self, that they may not be able to communicate with you at this time? What are your love's special messages here? Ah, wow, this is incredible. Okay, so let me take a look at your cards. Okay, so first of all, your love is going through a very, very emotional time right now when it comes to you especially, okay? There are some very, very deep emotions that they are feeling. They're having a lot of awakening, okay? So your love is going through a very deep awakening process at the moment. This is something new for them, okay? So I'm feeling that they have not been in this connection, in whatever is the history of your connection together, they haven't been as awakened as you have wanted them to be. And it's not that you weren't happy in the connection. I think you were. I think you felt deeply connected to them. I think that you were both experiencing a lot of depth, a lot of intimacy, a lot of connection. But there was something where you felt that there was some sort of emotional block that you could never get through with this person. Okay, so there was some sort of last wall that your love had between you and them. Okay, like it's almost like they had multiple walls and you got over all of them, but there was this one last wall left, some sort of resistance that they had. And I'm feeling that it really doesn't have to do with you. This is just who they are. This is part of their own soul's journey. Okay, this is somebody who tends to be a bit guarded. They tend to keep up a lot of walls around their inner sanctum. Like, you know, like they're very, very vulnerable when it comes to the core of their soul and the core of their heart. Because they're sensitive, because they're vulnerable deep down inside, they keep that inner aspect of them heavily guarded. Like I don't know why, I just keep getting this vision of like this beautiful little room in their heart that is heavily guarded by all of these walls of resistance. And so I feel that it took them quite some time to open up to you, because that's just how they are. It takes them time to open up to anybody. But I feel that you got closer than anybody else ever has. And you got to a point where they brought down almost every single wall, but there was that last kind of emotional block that was keeping them a bit still distant from you. And you were starting to feel very uncomfortable with that, because you could feel this energy from them, which was always kind of like this time to go energy, you know? This is somebody who always has one foot out of the door. even though they have good intentions. So they're a very good person, but because they're a bit sensitive and vulnerable deep down inside, they have a sense of insecurity. That is why they're always in this time to go energy. It's like they're always easily triggered into leaving the connection. And it's not because of you. This is just who they are. So when things go wrong, or if you have a disagreement, or you have words, you exchange words, or say, things don't pan out the way they like them, or say you even had some sort of like a negative energy between the two of you, they take it harder than other people do. It's almost like they want things to always be good. They have a hard time with the realities of real relationships, right? Like I almost feel like they've come from some sort of a background where they weren't used to conflict. They haven't seen a lot of conflict in their life. Like they may even have parents who never actually fought, but it's not that the parents were like perfect, or like the parents were so in love that they never fought. Nothing like that. But it's like he or she may come from an environment where even though people had issues with each other, they didn't express those issues. They just kept them inside because they wanted to make sure that there was peace. Like they would put peace over truth. They would like put everything under the rug. So any kind of deep emotions that they would feel in your love's family, they would keep those emotions hidden. They wouldn't really come out and talk about them because they like to have the appearance of everything being perfect and nice and everyone's happy and there's nothing wrong. So I feel like that is why when anything becomes a little bit difficult or challenging in a relationship, or if true emotions come out, this person tends to have a foot in the door. Like they're always like, okay, this is not going to work. Let me leave. It's just time to go. It's just time to go. And they have this fight or flight kind of thing. And they're not the fighting type, so they leave. So this is something that they want you to know. And again, this has nothing to do with you. But I feel like that may be the reason why you've had issues, or you are not together at this time, or you are struggling to communicate at this time. You may even be apart. Because see, we're getting time passes, but my feelings don't change even though you no longer trust me with your heart. Okay, so I feel for some of you, you may be apart at this time and some time may have passed. And at some point you stopped trusting them because they were like this, because you were like, you know what, if you're always going to have one foot out the door, I can't trust that. If you're always like, okay, unless everything is perfect and everything's hunky-dory and we're always smiling and laughing and nothing ever goes wrong, then I'm happy, then I'm okay. But if anything goes wrong, I'm out the door. You started losing faith in them. You didn't trust somebody like this. You didn't want to trust them with your heart. So there may have been a stepping away here, but they want you to know that even though time has passed, their feelings for you have not changed, right? They're starting to understand that they may have driven you away with this mentality. They may have driven you away by being this way, because see, they're trying to work on themselves. I'm working on myself so I can give you the love and relationship that you deserve. See, so along with that, we have a lot of regret, remorse, life regrets, loss. Start making empowered choices. So your love wants you to know that they are deeply regretful for always having that one foot out the door, for kind of being conditioned to being that way. But they want you to know that it's not because of you. They're not like this because of you. They're like this because this is how they were raised. This is where they come from. It's become a conditioned pattern for them, right? It's part of their core personality, but they are trying to change that. They are trying to work on it because they really, really regret making you think that they are willing to just walk out on you, right? Like that is something that they deeply regret conveying to you, because they feel that without even kind of realizing it, that's the message that they gave you. And I'm also feeling like they feel that you are not even aware of how much they truly love you. Look at this. This is amazing, because we have the 2 of Cups and we have the 10 of Cups. Okay, so this tells us that your love, they love you to death, but you don't know. As in, they have, because they always keep that inner sanctum, that inner space within themselves so guarded, and because they've always kind of given you that, oh, it's time to go, I can't handle this, I'm out, right? Because of that kind of farce that they've been running because of their own fear, it's like they want you to know that you don't even realize how much they care, how much you mean to them, and how they want to be with you, how much you are their person. 2 of Cups, isn't that absolutely beautiful? And they want you to know that when they're with you, they feel that they have everything they could ever want. 10 of Cups, look at this. This is the life that they want with you. But see, this is the problem. This is the image. This is the actual image of what they always want with you. And that is why they have a hard time navigating conflict. Okay, in their mind, it's almost like they feel and believe that this is how love should always be, and if it's not like this, it's not love, right? Like, it's almost like that's how they've been conditioned to think, but they are starting to see that that is not true, that, you know, real love is sometimes a bit messy, right? It's not going to always be like this, because we're human beings. You know, we have differences of opinion. We have different emotional needs. We have different triggers. We have different things that set us off depending on the way we were raised, right? And what examples of love we've seen in our lives. And so they're starting to realize that, you know, when your relationship is going well, this is how they feel. They feel completely emotionally content with you. And this is how they always want to be. And so they have a hard time when things get difficult. And that's what they are working on. They're working on understanding that, hey, that is life. That is relationships. It's not always going to be like this, but that you can work through whatever problems you are so that you can go back to this every time, you know? So like every time you may have a low, you can come back to this being the stability, the nurturing, the love, the warmth, and acceptance and understanding that you really want. That is always going to be there, but you may have some ups and downs along the way, but you can fix them. And I think that is what they're learning here. They're learning here that it is possible to have a rebirth. Okay, it is possible that even when things are difficult, it is possible to fix them and start fresh every time, to kind of, you know, always come back to the solution and come back to this energy. And that's what they want to do with this Judgment card. They are moving towards figuring out how to have a second chance with you. Okay, they know, they've seen the potential of what this connection is, and they want to fulfill that potential. And again, see, for them, the potential is this, right? Complete fulfillment, love, understanding. They feel like they belong, okay, with you. They've seen this potential. It's not something that they take for granted anymore. And that is why they are really motivated here to figure out how to have that second chance. So they are going to definitely make the effort. See, they're definitely going to make the effort. They know that this is a great love that is worth making the effort for, and they've come to identify and understand where they've gone wrong, right? And so look at this, take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. So they may be coming to you very soon here, asking you, can you take a chance on me? Okay, I've been working on myself, right? I've been working on myself so I can give you this love, but are you willing to take a chance on me again? Even if you no longer trust me? Can I win back your trust? Can you take a chance on us again? Because I'm going to make the effort to show you how important you are to me and how I'm not going to have one foot out the door ever again. I'm not going to do this ever again. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to make the effort if you will take this chance on me and take this chance on our connection. So this is Spirit's final message for you. This is the affirmation that they want for you to keep in your heart and in your vibration. I trust that my inner guide is leading me and guiding me in ways that are best for me. My spiritual growth is continuously expanding. Okay, so trust your inner guide. That's what they want you to know, that they are with you and they're guiding you in the right direction. So I hope that you love this reading. If you did, make sure you leave me a comment. Make sure you subscribe and join the Live Tarot family and turn on those notifications. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, the link to that is in the box below, as well as a link to all of these oracle decks that I've created, especially for all of you who are on this journey to love. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all on the next video.